All right, so let's start off. Put your hand up if you can get your hands on $7 in the next 2 days.
Mm.
Take it nice and easy, right? Go to Kmart, buy this. Diary of a CEO, Stephen Bartlett, and it's like there you go. No, there, yeah, it's on special, $7. All right, and the reason I'm going to explain that, I've had that book for a number of years. I'm on I think my fourth version of it right now. The reason being, I read it that often, it falls apart. The story behind it, I picked it up for $7 from Kmart, and I went, I've heard of this Stephen Bartlett bloke, this Diary of a CEO. Now, the podcast, yeah, not so good. The book, absolutely amazing. And I read the first chapter, and I was actually away, and so it would have actually been 3 years ago because I always go. I was at Durras, and I always go to Durras for my birthday, and I've just got back yesterday. So it would have been 3 years ago, and I read the first chapter, and he started talking about this thing about the 5 buckets, and it's about the 5 buckets. He calls them cups. It's about but I'll call them buckets. It's about filling the 5 buckets you need to do to have a successful business, and if you do this in the right order, you're guaranteed to be successful. And I'm looking at that, and I'm going, this is sort of what we've been doing for the last like 2, 3 years with Network Educate Invite, which is where we started. And was it you I rang Alan, or was it Jeff? Oh, I think it was both of you actually. Rang out, I went, you read this book? Yeah, I know about it. Have you heard this concept? Yeah, isn't that what you're already doing? No, I just happen to be doing it, right? And I dug deeper and I dug deeper, and then I read another book, Million Dollar Sales by Sabri Suri. Does anybody not know who Sabri Suri is? You don't. Sabri Suri, he's the bald-headed Lebanese guy on what is it called? Of Shark Tank investor. He owns King Kong Marketing, and all of his marketing, it takes a different angle. So you can spend money with him on Facebook ads, but his Facebook ads are not a call to action. All right. He believes in what's called the 3% rule. And the 3% rule is, doesn't matter how many people you talk to, only 3% of them are in a position to buy today. So he works on branding, marketing, and everything like that. So I've written something down here, right? The difference between sales, marketing, and reputation. So we've all got to sell. Sorry, guys, you're in business. You've got to do it, right? But there's different ways of doing it. You can use sales, you can use marketing, or you can use your reputation. Sales is when you're trying to convince a prospect that they've got a problem and you have a solution. And I'm a career salesman. I did that for years and years and years, right? Marketing is when you make yourself visible so that when people realize they have a problem, they know they can go to you. Reputation is when people who have a problem know you are the person that is going to fix it. Does that make sense?
Mm.
Yeah, that's what you want to do. Now, based on what I read through Bartlett, what I've done for 36 years in business, what I read from Sabri Suri, what we were actually doing at Network Educate Invite, trying to build everything, I built what was called the reputation. Oh, I always get it wrong. I kept getting it wrong with you as well, didn't I, Johnny? All right, it's that side. All right, so the reputation loop. What is the reputation loop? It's a combination of these, right? There are 7 steps. So you can do the Bartlett thing, but then you've got to mix up. This is a system that we have implemented. We've been doing it for years and it works. The first thing is, this is the first step you've got to do in the loop. You've got to learn stuff. All right. So, Janny, you're a hormone coach, the hormone. If you knew nothing about that, it'd be wasted, right? But it's not just knowing about your product, it's knowing about your customers, it's knowing about what's going on in the industry. People that have seen my calendar before see that between 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock every morning, I have blocked out, and that's my learn and teach section. All right. I'm even looking at Facebook. It's a great place to learn, right? But I'm reading documents, I'm reading books, I'm looking at YouTube. I'm not watching cat videos unless there is a funny one come up of it falling off and hurting itself. But normally I'm learning something that's going to help me progress my business.
Mhm.
That's the first step. The second step is you need to teach it. Now, when we talk about teaching, I'm not talking about becoming a university professor. You don't need a doctorate, right? You don't have to go to TAFE and teach it, all right? But you've got to let people know that you know this stuff. You don't want to be the world's best kept secret. So teaching can be anything. It can be doing Facebook Lives. It can be posting about stuff that you know. When we started Network Educate Invite, which was 5 years and 3 weeks ago now, all right, what it was is we had educators come on and do a 40-minute education session. They were not allowed to sell. But the idea was they would give people enough information to go, okay, yeah, I need help. And then they would reach out. It was about building reputation. So you got to learn it and you got to teach it. But then how do you teach it? You need to have the right resources. And this goes back to learning again. All right. Where are your clients? That's a big thing. A lot of people, we've all got to be on Facebook. I'm sorry, guys. I hate it. I only have it because I'm a business. I have a personal account for my family, but I need to have Facebook so I can get out there. But I absolutely detest it, right? But it's where everybody is, especially in business. The kids are not on it anymore. They're on Snapchats and all that sort of stuff, right? But they're not the ones that are going to give you the money. But you need to find out, where are my potential customers? So looking around the room, no, if I had somebody like Jeff Hetherington or a HR person, you would be looking at LinkedIn, because that's where the corporates hang out, right? Small businesses, they hang out on Facebook. So that, again, part of your learn, all right? But they become part of your resources. And what is going to appeal to these people? So resources are not just about having money, having shiny offices, right? What tools are you going to use to actually teach this? Have you got webinar software? Do you have PDF software? Do you have email software? Do you have social media management software, right? All you guys that have got the CRM know that, yeah, we've got all of that, right? It's the perfect resource, right? But it's also not just about having the resource. So you step one, learn it, teach it, have the resources to teach what you've learned. Your step four is a community. All right. If you don't have anybody to teach, you're the world's best kept secret. So you need to go to networking groups. Now you can build your own community. That's what we did. We built Be Connected World so that the founders had a community. We had a pond that we could fish out of and we could show our product to, like you guys do. Yeah. Our entire system is run on GHL or Boss, right? So we know that the system actually works. It keeps people engaged. It gets people in. We do webinars on it. We send out PDFs. The number of people have bought my books. They're all lead magnets, right? And it's all part of that. And it constantly builds the community. Here's the next step. And Stephen Bartlett doesn't cover this. And to me, and Alan agrees with me 100% on this. We've had many, many discussions. All right. You need to become a super connector. Right? We don't want people just going, I've got this problem, I need to talk to such and such a body. All right. We want people going, oh, you've got a problem, you need to talk to such and such a body. Because as soon as you start to introduce people to each other, if they have a good relationship, who's the superstar in that relationship? It's the person that's connected you. All right. So you've got to learn everything. You've constantly got to be learning, right? So when we go through the loop, we're back to learn. You never stop. You keep going. You got to be learning it. You got to be teaching it. You got to have the right resources. You got to build your community, expand your community, invite people into your community, invite them into other people's communities, work with other communities. We did a deal with BRM that we allow BRM members in here and we all go there. It's all about expanding that network and inviting people into other communities to constantly work. There's 5 steps. And it's only when you've done those 5 steps can you go on to step 6. You can constantly keep jumping back and you keep doing it. Step 6, I'll go back to step 1. You're the only people that can control step 1. You're the only one that can take the time out and learn it. You are also the only people that can take the time to teach it. I can help you with the resources. I can help you with the community. That's what Be Connected World and the Boss System is all about, right? I can help you become a super connector. It's what it's all about. But now you get to a step that I cannot help you with and you have no control over. And that is your reputation. Unfortunately, we live in a world where people believe the opinions of complete strangers before they believe what you say. There's an entire marketplace. It's called Google reviews. Yeah. How many people look at Google reviews before you make a buying decision? We all give us a referral, we'll jump. So Janny, you're coming over to our CRM as a referral from Connie because Connie's done it, right? So there's your super connector kicking in. And she's gone, I've obviously got a good reputation, or Connie would not have referred you to me. If my reputation was shot, see, I said shot, I didn't use the other word. If my reputation was no good, Connie wouldn't have referred. Does that make sense? Yeah. So get the first 5 steps right. The 6th step will automatically come. The 7th step is the easiest step you will ever do, and that is don't stop, keep going, repeat. Go straight back to step 1. So every day you've got to be learning something, you've got to be teaching something, you've got to be in your resources, you've got to be expanding your network. When you do something in business, if you are not doing something with step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, or step 5, you're wasting your time because you're not increasing step 6. And step 6 is where the money comes in. Oh, sorry, somebody's just bought the CRM. There you go. I didn't even know what was going on. Somebody's just purchased the CRM. All right. So that's the reputation loop. So that's that thing behind me. Now, here comes the shameless little sell. I've just put a chat in the link. Janie, you're already on it. Connie, we're discussing. Alan, you're already in on it. I am doing if you have a look at the website, it gives you a basic idea. So I'm actually running a course where it's going to be the first Tuesday and the third Tuesday of the month. We have group sessions and they go for about an hour and a half, where we're going to deep dive into every single step of the reputation loop. You also get a one-on-one with me. You get access to softwares and everything like that. So if you're interested in that, I think I've got 2 spots available to discuss it with people. You can't just buy straight into it. I want to have a chat with people, make sure that we're on the same page. We don't want people to come in that are not actually going to implement this. All right. So guys, that's the reputation loop. Are there any questions about that? Anne?
How can I book a time to see you to talk about that?
All right. So click on the link I've just popped in the chat. Yep, and I think I've got a couple of spots open on Thursday, and then I'm actually shut until 2 weeks because I've got to go up to Queensland. All right. Any other questions? Brenda.
When you talked about Facebook,
Yeah.
as Connie's response, thank you, Connie, for your response. I just wanted to see what Jay says as well. When you talked about Facebook, are you meaning that we need a personal page and a business page?
Right. I would, number one, highly recommend it. Okay. There's a number of reasons for it. And nobody in this room has actually tried. I've built my business. We built this through my Facebook presence. And what will happen? This is the issue that you've got. What will happen is you will get scope creep, right? We all get those clients that want more than they're supposed to get and think, I know the CEO, I'll just give him a call on 3 o'clock on a Sunday and get it fit. We've all had them, haven't we? All right. So here's the problem. If you have only one profile, you're going to be answering questions over a weekend. So I ended up then I've got my personal Facebook, and that's what's on my phone. Yeah, my personal Facebook, my family, my very close friends. We've got a couple of team I part on there, but that's it. Clients, I constantly get clients trying to friend me. I won't do it. You can go through the normal one because that is only on my computer, and I turn my computer off at 4 o'clock on a Friday. However, as most people know, I will probably still answer anyway because I'm a workaholic. Don't I, Janie? Because constantly, oh yeah, there you go, there you go, there you go. All right, but I highly recommend you have to. You need to separate church and state, yeah, or you will get scope creep and you will get tied down. Yes, I worked on my birthday, Janie. You will get tied down and bogged down in all the weeds that you'll never be able to move forward. Yep. So that will be was that your recommendation as well, Connie? It was, yeah. Oh yeah, have to and use two separate completely emails. All right. Because if you use here's another issue, right? If you use the same email and you go, that's because you can create multiple profiles, right? But you use the same email, and that's my business profile, and that's my personal profile. You're still going to get notifications on your personal profile when somebody wants you in the business world. So I have them as two separate emails. So one of my emails is purely simply, it's the private email that only a few people have got. So I do not get disturbed at all over weekend with family time. I have two granddaughters. They are my life. And I hate it when I go, oh God, I got a client, and that's why I did it. I only split them about 6 months ago, and I got my weekends back. It was fantastic. Any other questions? Beautiful. All right, I'll stop the recording. Thank you very much for listening.
Okay.